There's not a thing on this earth that can make a central banker happier than hearing a sitting president and a sitting vice president say, I want to kill the dollar. I want to weaken the dollar further here. I want to lower rates. What does this do? Again, think about it here. But a weaker currency does what? Doesn't allow people to consume, right? They can't consume as much because they have to, just to make ends meet, they're just scrounging by. Just kills the factories that we were supposed to be bringing manufacturing back to the United States. With regard to gold and silver, people, this is the way to go. I mean, the system is coming down henceforth. Why we're seeing what we are. These are sovereign things. We are being systematically led to the slaughter. Now people are leading themselves to the slaughter. And Trump is the Pied Piper. That's exactly what's going on. This country is not being rebuilt in any way. It's being brought to its knees. And they want us on our knees to beg for a new system. That's where we're going.
The dollar's collapse came after President Trump's surprise tariff announcement on April 2nd, which sparked what Wall Street dubbed the Sell America trade. Goldman Sachs chief economist Hatzius warned that the currency has considerably more room to fall as recession fears mounted. Bank of America's survey of global fund managers in May showed that gold was the most crowded trade for the second month in a row. That snapped the Magnificent Seven, tech stock's 24-month streak, as the most crowded trade. Financial expert Gregory Mannarino, also known as the Robin Hood of Wall Street, warns that the U.S. is no longer a true republic but a collapsing empire. Mannarino criticizes Trump and Vance for pushing a weaker dollar, arguing it will cripple U.S. manufacturing and squeeze the middle class even more. He notes Europe, led by Christine Lagarde, is preparing to replace the dollar with the euro, mocking Trump's past threats to BRICS. The euro seemed poised to replace the dollar at the turn of the century. However, the 2008 financial crisis and various subsequent political and economic shocks in Europe have since diminished the standing of the Central European currency as a global standard. As far as the system is concerned, Mannarino urges turning to gold and silver as sovereign assets due to the failing system. He criticizes Trump for pushing a weaker dollar, calling it a theft auto that hurts workers through inflation. President Donald Trump's chaotic tariff plan has shaken the markets, prompting investors to minimize risk by allocating some funds to safe haven assets. While gold is historically considered a haven, demand for havens has spilled over into its own cousins, such as silver and platinum. Based on his perspective, Mannarino warns this collapse is engineered to make people beg for a new, highly controlled system. Before we dive into Gregory Mannarino's sharp insights from his latest interview, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a moment when truth meets the market. Let's get into it.
And the entire global financial system is coming apart. Henceforth, why we're seeing what we're seeing right now. For over 30 years, Netanyahu has been saying that Iran is months away from a nuclear weapon. Our own U.S. intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, she said they weren't even close. This is just recently. Now, all of a sudden, this is imminent that we got to hit them now. And Trump is calling for unconditional surrender and fire from the sky and death and pain and, whatever it might be. I mean, come on. No one can make this stuff up, but this is exactly what you and I would expect, and everyone that follows our work. It's an incredible thing. So look, the system is coming apart. This is the final countdown to the end of the entire financial system the way that we know it. We are quickly and rapidly being pushed into a system of maximum control, and everybody knows it. I mean, there's no secret where we're going here. And this system it's run its course. They know that. You got central banks of the world colluding with world leaders, none more so than Trump and Vance here, who are now on the same page calling for a weaker dollar. It's already lost 96% of its purchasing power. That's not enough. Let's lower it down to, 99%. Let's get rid of that too. Let's artificially suppress rates even further here, allow the Federal Reserve to inflate and take the whole system down. And the middle class with it, a manufacturing in the industrial arm of the United States is being destroyed via the same mechanism here. Trump's talking about bringing back manufacturing here. Really? How about we return purchasing power to the currency, which will allow consumers to consume, and then the factories would produce? But no, Vance, Trump, let's kill the dollar so our factories just go away. You can't make it up, but that's exactly what's happening here, man. And again, this is just the beginning. Take the chains off, man. Stop supporting the Trumps, the Bidens, or any of these other things, and start realizing, people, that it's every man and every woman for themselves right now. This is not the United States of America in any way, shape, or form anymore. With regard to gold and silver, people, this is the way to go. I mean, the system is coming down henceforth. Why we're seeing what we are. These are sovereign things. We are being systematically led to the slaughter. Now people are leading themselves to the slaughter, and Trump is the Pied Piper. That's exactly what's going on. This country is not being rebuilt in any way. It's being brought to its knees, and they want us on our knees to beg for a new system. That's where we're going. It calls for a weaker dollar. Could you imagine that? I have to give Trump credit where it's due. He has the guts and the BALLS to say, I want a weaker currency, which means everyone's life gets harder, because a weaker currency buys less things. You got to work harder. It's theft on a grand scale. He's telling his own people, I am going to rob you blind. I'm going to call on the Fed to lower rates. I'm going to call on the Fed to weaken the dollar. Now Vance has jumped in on the bandwagon as well here. And the Fed is getting exactly what they want. Nothing. There's not a thing on this earth that can make a central banker happier than hearing a sitting president and a sitting vice president say, I want to kill the dollar. I want to weaken the dollar further here. I want to lower rates. What does this do? Again, think about it here. But a weaker currency does what? Doesn't allow people to consume, right? They can't consume as much because they have to, just to make ends meet, they're just scrounging by. Just kills the factories that we were supposed to be bringing manufacturing back to the United States. I told everyone we don't even have the infrastructure for it. I mean, it was a lie. Anyone who couldn't see through that was really either completely deluded or out of their freaking mind, because it was too simple to see. So keep stacking, everyone. The financial system's coming down. The debt market is being hyperinflated. We're going to face a moment of a credit freeze, a locking up of the system. Then they're going to make us beg for a new system of maximum control, programmable money here, money with an expiration date on it, or cash. Wow. This is where we're going. And look, man, we got to make the right alliances. Number one, with the source. Number two, we got to reconnect with each other. We got to realize that we're not each other's enemies. The divide and conquer thing, it has worked clearly, but now it's time for us all to join forces against the Trumps and the Vances and the Bidens and the freak show all together here, and realize this is supposed to be a government of the people and by the people for the people, but it's certainly not. Instead, we have a pharaoh right now. Again, who is this God that I should kneel before him? Man is not came out, said he's never asked God for forgiveness. I wanted Biden out of there too. I wanted to throw up every time I heard the man's name or spoke, but it does. It's not. It's the system. It's the system. And we. But look, man. What I started to see is I watched pretty much every one of Trump's rallies on TV, like most people did. I watched most of them, and I was listening to going, this is all freaking lies. I mean, there's no way this is going to happen. There's no way that's going to happen. And there's people cheering for it. I'm going to weaken the dollar. Yeah. People really believe that we're going to save all this money. No, they're going to inflate. He works for the central bank. So does Vance, more so than I think any other dynamic duo, going back as far as you want to go. I've never seen anything like it before. And now we got Christine Lagarde now looking for a move here to dethrone the dollar. She sees that we have no leadership here in the United States. She sees the dollar losing its reserve status. She's saying, you know what, we're going to slip the euro in here. Now, what did President Trump say to the BRICS nations? Don't you dare sidestep the dollar. What is he going to do to our European friends? Say he's going to attack them with missiles next? Come on, man. This is crazy what we're seeing here.
Regarding the current situation, Gregory Mannarino accuses Trump of turning the U.S. into a crypto casino while overseeing economic sabotage from within. He argues the manufacturing revival was a lie, elections are rigged selections, and escalating wars are deliberate distractions. The Wall Street Journal said Trump had told senior aides he approved attack plans on Iran, but was holding off on giving the final order to see if Tehran would abandon its nuclear program. The initial rollout of widespread and high tariffs with no strategic goal was bad enough. These would have caused significant pain to consumers while doing little to help workers in industries, like manufacturing, that past decades' trade policy has genuinely harmed. However, the administration has threatened and even imposed such tariffs only to withdraw them again and again. Moreover, Mannarino warns that closing the Strait of Hormuz could spike oil prices and fuel inflation, crushing the middle class. He views it as part of a broader plan to impose a new system and criticizes Trump's actions as dangerously deceptive. Let's get back to the interview.
Well, maybe these people are starting to wake up that it was all lies and propaganda from the get-go. It's an incredible thing. I came out here publicly on my own blog saying it was all lies, and guess what? It was all lies from the fraud that was a Doge, which actually ended up costing the American people, instead of saving them anything here, to everything else that's going on here. This guy here is hell-bent on destroying the United States from within. I've been telling people this for 1,000 years, it seems to me, but now finally they're waking up now. I mean, come on. This is it's an economic destruction on a grand scale. They're going to suck the wealth right out of the United States economy and the middle class. Trump has turned the Oval Office into a crypto casino for him and his sons, building a crypto empire. And I think these people are freaking fed up. Rightly so. And now we have the lies here for over 30 years. Over 30 years. And then I was saying they're close to a nuke. Our own intelligence is saying no, but Trump is saying yeah. I mean, come on, man. There's obviously something else going on here. It's incredible to see. Look, but this doesn't surprise me. It makes me disgusted because I've been trying to tell people this. They really believe that we had an election. We didn't even have an election. This was a selection. Our votes don't matter. Nothing matters anymore. This is a dystopian society, and we're being thrust into it faster and faster. It's an incredible thing. I don't know what else to say. This is ideological in many, many ways, and many people are willing to die for that. Unfortunately, and the world is being thrust into a place it doesn't want to be. And most of Trump supporters didn't believe we would be here, although I told them that it would happen. I lost thousands of subscribers because I told them the truth. They didn't want to hear it, that we were going to have more war. Go back and watch my videos, everyone. I said war would not end. It would be exacerbated under President Trump. Greg, you don't know what you're talking about. No. Yes, obviously I did. It's too easy. We know where the guy comes from. The guy is a con man of the highest possible order, and then some. And this is what you get. I mean, people get what they ask for, I suppose, although they had no choice in this. This is a selection. It was never an election here. And this is about bringing the United States to its knees. We are going to see further global de-dollarization. We are going to see the currency lose vast amounts of purchasing power. Who's paying for all this? This war is going to involve we're already involved. If you notice the nanosecond this started, the media outlets were saying the U.S. wasn't involved. And the U.S. was involved. This is a clear code for we're clearly involved. And now with President Trump switching gears and saying, okay, you know what? I don't believe my own intel. He's on the Iran needs to be hit right now. This is obviously, look, it's a deception. It's a distraction on a massive scale. And we the people are going to pay for this from every angle here. Crude oil has spiked big time. If in fact the Strait of Hormuz is closed, we can see 120, 150, 180, $200 a barrel here. And crude oil, there are over 6,000 products made with crude oil. This is about squeezing the middle class to death, inflating them to death, only to issue in a new system. Problem, reaction, solution. Now they have scapegoats. I mean, war is not stopping. The war that was supposed to end on day one here, Ukraine and Russia. No one's even talking about that anymore, but that's going on. President Trump can't get a single deal. Nothing's going on here. We're told there is a deal, but there's not a single deal that's actually even happened. So This is his deals are, well, you know what, I can't make a deal, so let's melt the world. Basically, the man sees himself clearly as some kind of a godlike figure here. He's now becomes judge, jury, and executioner, saying that for now we're not going to kill, we, the United States, we the people here, are not going to kill the Iranian leader, because we're all for that, of course, right? Because of the lies and the distraction and deception. You can't make that stuff either. A man who has never once humbled himself before God. He admitted flat out he has never asked God for forgiveness. This is Pharaoh talk. Who is this God that I should humble myself before him? Meanwhile, he peddles Bibles and sells them for profit. I mean, make that up too. And these people still stand behind this man. He should be out of office today. Fact. But of course, again, there are those that see this man as a divine entity, literally. And unfortunately, it's going to drag us all down with it. Look at every society going back as far as you want to go in ancient times. They all fall for the same reason.
Central banks around the world are snapping up gold at a record pace while forecasting a pullback in U.S. dollar reserves in the years ahead. By deliberately devaluing the currency, leaders are eroding the middle class and setting the stage for economic collapse. As the dollar falls and control tightens, will Americans turn to gold in time or be trapped in the system, replacing their freedom? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video informative, don't forget to support our channel and turn on notifications to stay informed about our latest videos. See you in the following video.